Hey friends, Alan Lee here with Honestly Handyman Services and the Handyman Journey Business Consulting, and I'm sitting here on the beach with my daughter, and I just had a thought. I wanted to make a quick video. One of the biggest questions that we get is, how do you price handyman jobs correctly? Now, this is probably the easiest way to find out what you should charge for a handyman job out of all of them. It's the easiest, quickest to do, but it requires some work. So you gotta put pen to paper and figure this out yourself. But I'm gonna give you guys the equation to get it done, okay? Now this equation will help you figure out what your hourly rate needs to be as a handyman. And I know that there's a lot of people that say, oh, you know, I don't charge by the hour, I charge by the job. Every single thing needs to come down to an hourly rate, because at the end of the day, business costs money. And if you don't know how much it costs you to be in business per hour, you're never gonna make enough money. If you just pull a number out of thin air, you're never gonna make enough money. So it's very, very important to know exactly how much it costs you to be in business every single hour that you're out there working, and how much you need to bring in order to pay that and make a profit. So I'm gonna walk you guys through this simple equation here. It is basically, you take all of your expenses. So all your payroll, your insurance, your gas, your car auto insurance, every single thing that you have. If you have an office, put that in there. And then payroll would also be put in this. So if you pay yourself a payroll, that's gonna be put into this equation. If you pay an employee payroll, that's gonna be put into this equation. So you figure out what your expenses are per month, okay? So let's just say, for this easy example, let's say your business expenses come to $5,000 a month. What you're gonna do is multiply that by 20%. So you're gonna add 20% on top of that 5,000. So if you're following along, basically you multiply 5,000 by 1.2. and you get $6,000, okay? And then you take that $6,000 and you multiply it by 1.2 again, because the first 20% is what I call the break-even number. The second 20% is profit. So you're gonna multiply that $6,000 again by 1.2, adding 20% to that, and that's gonna get you $7,200. So that's your new inflated expense that you want to basically put into this equation. That's gonna give you your break-even number in case there's any, unspoken things that you didn't calculate before. That is fully covered in there. And then 20% profit on top of that. Very, very important. Okay, and then you need to figure out how many billable hours you bill per month, okay? Now, the easiest way to do that is to go off what I call the 80% efficiency rule. Now, we surveyed a whole bunch of handymen, and the majority of handymen get about 6 hours worth of work done in an 8-hour day. That puts them somewhere around 80% efficiency. Okay, so I always, when I'm calculating billable hours, I factor in 80% efficiency. So on a 40-hour work week, you multiply that by 4 and get how many hours there are in a week or in a month, and then you multiply that by 0.8 to get 80% of that. And that gives you roughly 128 billable hours for one guy in that full month, okay? So you take your first number, which is your expenses inflated by break even and your profit, and you divide that by 128 working billable hours in a month. And what you're gonna get is your hourly rate. And if you were following along, if you divide $7,200 divided by 128 billable hours in a month, you get $56.25 per hour. Now, this is what you need to be charging in order to be making a profit. You need, every hour you're out there working, you need to be bringing in $56.25 an hour in order to pay your bills and make a profit. Very, very, very important. This equation it's completely dynamic. So you can plug in any single number that you need into this equation to figure out what your hourly rate needs to be. It doesn't matter if your expenses are $5,000 a month. It doesn't matter if your expenses are $20,000 a month. This equation still matters and still works. If you have 2 guys out there working, instead of 40 hours per week, you're now got 80 hours per week. Obviously, multiply that by 80% efficiency. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is my daughter here. I hope you guys you learned a lot out of this video, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I know I will, out here at the beach. Harper, can you say bye?
Bye.
You guys have a great day, and subscribe to this channel and like this video.